Hey, Shad here with Speed Addicts, the fastest growing gear site on the web, and today we're going to uncrate the EBC DRCF Dirt Racer Clutch Kit. What's up, Speed Addicts fam? Before we get into the carbon fiber series of the DRC Clutch Kits from EBC, before we do that, subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you continue to be educated and make excellent buying decisions. We're working hard here to show you all the latest and greatest. If you subscribe, then you never miss out. Also, if you'd like to support us here at speedaddicts.com, and we really do appreciate that support, all you have to do is shop with us. So there's a link in the description below. That'll take you over to speedaddicts.com directly to the EBC clutch options, and they have a few for dirt riding. We're talking about the Mac Daddy today, the DRCF, which is a carbon fiber version of their Dirt Racer kit meant for higher horsepower machines, racing situations where the temps are going to get cranked up and you need a gnarly clutch to keep up with your gnarly self. But first off, who's EBC? If you haven't heard of EBC, they're actually a leader in clutch, aftermarket clutch and braking components. They are a British company headquartered out of the UK, and they have one production plant in the UK and one here in the USA in Ohio. So they control their design, production, development, end-to-end, making high-quality components that we've sold since we opened our doors here at SpeedX.com over 20 years ago. That's right, it's 2024. I can say over 20 years now. So I've also run EBC components, both clutch and brakes, on all my machines for a long time. So a name you can trust. Yes, you can buy cheaper clutches online somewhere, God knows where. You're going to go through the trouble of replacing the clutch, and then it's going to burn out twice as fast, and you should have just spent the money to get a quality clutch in the first place. Do so with EBC. Now, when you're looking at EBC clutch options, you're going to see a few. We actually have them lined up in order just like they should be. CK. CK means you're getting the cork plates, and you're only getting the friction plates. This is the minimum material, or the minimum you can spend, and the minimum amount of parts that you can throw at your clutch to get back on the road. That means you're going to run your factory or your prior steel plates, right? Because the friction plates and steel plates are alternated in your clutch pack. And you're going to run your existing springs, either traditional springs or a diaphragm spring. Now, that will save you money. You can get a CK friction plate only kit for sub $100 in most cases, sometimes 60 to 80, and you'll replace that. You'll be back on the road. But if you have the money, it is ideal to replace at least the springs alongside those cork plates, and if you can, then step up to a full replacement kit like the one we're talking about today that also has the steels. The reason is both the steels and the springs give over time, and if your springs are sacked out and not applying the right amount of pressure, the clutch is going to slip, prematurely wear your new friction plates, and there you go, buying things more frequently than you need to. But it's up to you to determine how old your springs are and if you need to replace them. So that's step one, the CK kit. Otherwise, you can step up to one of these DRC kits. We have videos on both the CK and the standard DRC kit. The DRC kit includes all three components, the steels, the springs, and the friction plates. But the friction plates are of that cork variety, which is great for most recreational riders, weekend warriors, and lower displacement machines. This will last you a long time, and it's good stuff. But if you have a higher horsepower machine or you're pushing the bike to its limits, well, here we have the DRCF, which is a carbon fiber friction material instead of that cork material, and this is going to hold up to the additional power, torque, and forces that you're putting through your clutch. These are going to push closer to the $200 price mark, where these are usually around the $150. So you're going to spend a little bit more on the front end, but if you're really hammering the bike or you just want the good stuff, then it's going to be worth your while. This is what I've run in most of my enduro bikes for several years now, and I like this a lot. It has a little bit more bite than the cork, so it's a little less progressive of a clutch, but once it gets worn in and you get used to the feel, it's really no problem, and it's going to hold up a bit longer for you, hopefully. Okay, so I already went over these. We have carbon fiber, and you can tell just by looking at them, they're black instead of these little cork speckles there. The steel plates from EBC are dimpled. They have some other weird term for them that they use in the machining world, but those little dimples are going to allow more oil to sneak in between your steels and your friction plates to keep your friction plates cooled, because that's what the oil is doing in this situation, okay? And then you're going to get the high performance springs that are about 10% stronger than the OE springs, give you nice tension and force on these plates. They're available for a variety of off-road vehicles, both ATV and standard two-wheel motorcycles when it comes to the dirt. If you have a street bike, they have similar kits. They have the Street Racer kit with an aramid fiber plate, but that is a separate animal. These are specifically made for dirt. The Dirt Racer DR, DRCF, and the DRC kits. We recommend a experienced technician do this install for you, but if you're going to take it on at home, make sure you soak your plates first in the oil you're going to use in the machine for several hours. Make sure that the friction material is impregnated with that oil, because if you just kind of give them a little wipe down with that oil and put them in, it's not going to do it. You're going to run into trouble right away. So make sure you follow the instructions. You know all your torque specs for the fasteners you're taking on and off the bike. If you're removing the clutch, make sure, or the clutch basket, make sure you have a clutch basket tool from EBC. Makes that job a whole lot easier. Make sure you have all the tools ready. And when it comes to oil and the friction material, the carbon fiber plates work fine with traditional oil or synthetic oil. You won't have any difference or issues there. Okay, that does it. The DRC. Oh, and with oil, always just follow your manufacturer's recommendation. Don't fool around with the type of oil you're using based on some clutch, the different clutches you're using. You want to prioritize that motor, okay? The motor is where the money's at. Listen to your manufacturer's specs. Okay, that is the EBC DRCF series carbon fiber clutch racing kit. If you're not sure which application is right for you, which part number you need for your bike, which kit is right for your riding style, talk to a rider support team over at speedaddicts.com. They are there to speak with you over the phone, email, or live chat. Use them. That's what they're there for. That's it for today. We'll see you next time to find out what's in the crate.